According to refugee and asylum-seeking women that our volunteers have interviewed, there is a problem when it comes to understanding the concept of legal aid itself. Usually women rely on the information passed on by their friends, and it's always difficult for them to navigate and to find a good immigration law firm. It is very challenging, especially in the context of legal aid cuts and the fact that there are fewer and fewer law firms who actually deal with asylum and human rights issues.
When I went there, they asked me, "Oh, are you working?" And I said to them, "I'm not working." And they said, okay, they have to take some information to see if I'm eligible for legal aid. So they did the investigation and they said, okay, you are eligible for it. And they took my case on. Okay, if you are not able to receive legal aid, you have to pay for it. And being pay for it before they can even talk to you, they will charge you consultation fee, which depends on how the chamber operates. They might charge you £50 just to talk to you. They might charge you £100. They might charge you £150, and they're going to put you on a very long queue.
I want to talk about the lawyers in a detention center. When you're in detention center, it's difficult to get good lawyers. Most of the lawyers who come over there, they're crap lawyers. Or some of them have been sent through friends to recruit. They distribute their card during the visit time. And if you call them, they don't tell you that you're entitled to legal aid. And they just take money. In detention center, in the library, there's a list of lawyers. But to get those lawyers is really, really difficult. You have to put your name on the list, and you can wait maybe for 2, 3, 4 days, even in a week, before you can touch the lawyers. Because sometimes they will give you a flight date. For example, you are leaving your country. They say, oh, you have to leave on Thursday. And they need a solicitor as soon as possible to do your JR or to appeal your deportation. And it's difficult to get lawyers. And for them to come down to visit you at detention center, you have to pay first. You have to pay £500 or £100 because they are not coming like this. You have to pay them. And when they come, you got only chance for nearly an hour or 2 hours to talk, to get prepared everything. And then most of them, they don't do nothing.
Majority of women in our sample complained about the experience of contacting their solicitor. Quite often they don't reply to the messages, they don't call them back, and as a result women feel that they are not properly looked after, and this is made even more difficult in the context of dispersal out of London, and also when women are detained in immigration removal centres.
Why? I left several messages, I sent you an email and you never called me back. Why?
Really? Well, I've been quite busy at the moment because I have too many cases.
Okay,
so.
One of the problems as well, especially if you are in detention center, is really difficult to communicate with your solicitors. First of all, you're locked up, you can't pop in their office to see them, you have to fax to them, or you have to give a phone call. In detention center, we don't have money, we don't have phone cards. So sometimes the 75p that they give every week, you have to save for a week to get £2 to buy a phone card to phone your solicitor. And the solicitor is not even bothered to call you back to say that you're in detention center.
So what he did with my case was, my church, because he said he couldn't do legal aid for me, my church organized and gave me money. And they gave him money to start my case. I go there every day with my 2 kids, crying to him to help us. He's always saying, oh, Yemi, can you go to home office, go and find this information? Because that is his job to do. But he's asking me to go and do it. I'll go to home office, risking myself life to go. I'll do it, but he will not do anything. Even the mental health people, Speedway, called him that, oh, you are the lawyer that is acting for Yemi. Can you come and take some information that you can submit to the home office so that they can make a case right? This man never returned the email they sent to him. He never picked up their calls. When I call him as well, he will tell the receptionist, if I'm the one, they should not pick my call. Not knowing that the receptionist knows me and she's always telling me that this is what Fola is doing. He said we should not pick her calls. I said, okay, no problem. Sometimes I don't call them. I'm just working with my kids after school. But when I get there, you'll be like, oh, I'm in the office. But by mistake, maybe he comes out from the office and he saw me like, oh, Mr. Nasaya, come in. When he sees me, he'll just sit back and listen to my story. Then after that, nothing. But because I was frustrated one day, I just went, I said, excuse me, sir, can I have my file? The next thing he said, Yemi, can you come back the next day? I went. Luckily for me, I found him. When I got there, we all kept on looking for my file. I was like, but this file, I just gave you about 2 months ago for you to do right of appeal for me. We kept on looking for this file. We searched all the whole office. My file wasn't there. So we have to go to the archive. My file was at the bottom of all the file. I don't know how that file got there. I don't know how it got there. It was at the bottom, and when I took my file with tears in my face, in my eye, and I saw case closed. Then I told him, I said, sir, this file, my case has not been opened, but it's already closed. What happened? He said, oh, I never knew what happened. I don't know. Maybe it was a mistake. And there was a lot of oil on my file. Like children are eating on my file, there's stains on it. And this man refused to return my money. Until now, he didn't even mention anything about it.
I had a problem where my solicitor didn't do anything for me. I went to another solicitor, and another solicitor is ready to take the case. And when the solicitor now called my solicitor, said, oh, I'm her solicitor. I'm handling her case. And it made me really... When the new solicitor now called me and said, oh, your solicitor says she's taking care of your case, I was really shocked about it because I had to call her. I said, why did you say you are my solicitor? You're not doing anything for me. You've not done anything for me. And you have kept my file and telling me it's not important. And now you are telling me you are my solicitor. He said, oh, I didn't tell you your case is not important and this and that. And I find it so bad, and just telling me, but why can't you go back to your country? Why can't you go back to your country? They don't even think of the mental state, what really happened to you back in your country, and the whatever torture or everything that you've gone through. They don't really want to know, and you think that my case is not important to you.
Our study found that in most of the cases there is no childcare provision for asylum-seeking and refugee women when they go to see their solicitor, and they find it extremely disruptive when their children are present at those appointments, and especially if they are also asked for help when it comes to interpreting.
If you got, for example, in my case, I've got my daughter with me, and it's quite distracting. It's make me a little bit nervous because I have to look after her, to hold her. They ask you, if you say, oh, you need an interpreter, they say, okay, they don't have an interpreter at the hand at the moment. If you got a friend or family, you can bring them to interpret for you. But sometimes it can be good, sometimes it can be bad. Because the friend that you are going to bring to interpret for you, they don't know about your situation, especially if it's in the private. You don't want anybody to know about it. You feel a little bit uncomfortable to discuss about that problem to your friend to translate. Or you've been raped, you've been abused, and you can't use your child and to explain that to your solicitor. And it's a little bit embarrassing for you and for your little one as well. You'll be a little bit traumatized. So.